Sound now or no? No sound? What the hell? Let me take this out. Sound now? We good now? I don't know. Maybe would I had this plugged in? I don't know what the hell's going on. What the hell here doing? Changing, they cutting pipes for inside, outside. Brandino, Joe Smalls, what up? Y'all hear me now?
Sorry, I'm not looking for a restroom.
I don't know if they have a restroom in there. I'm not sure. But this is a restaurant. Go around that way. Yeah. Okay. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. A lot of noise out here. I'm waiting to get my 5th passport. I put in my paperwork. I was fortunate to know some people in high places who was able to get me uh, a live appointment because there's no appointments in the tri-state area. So that's if you could get an appointment. So when I went online and tried to get the appointment, there were no appointments available. They told me the closest I could drive to was like Maine or something like that. So I called in my peoples in high places, and they got me an appointment. I'm out in I had to come out to Connecticut to go. They could only get me an appointment in Connecticut. So I put in my paperwork. I got my flight. My flight is tomorrow. So of course I'm waiting. I said, "Can I wait?" They was like, "Yeah." They was like, "But you got to come back after 1." And my appointment was at 8:30. So I was in and out of there like within 15 minutes. I had on my paperwork. I had my pictures. I had my pass. I had 2 pages left of my passport, and I didn't want to get caught up because some countries you got to have 2 or more pages. And I know, all right. So and I knew once I come back from my next trip. Okay, I got stuck for a while. You know, they be selling you. They be people selling you. They be selling your phone number to these companies, and these companies um, you always calling your phone. You tell them take you off the call list. It's crazy. RICO law. I've done it twice. You will need immediate travel plan. Yeah. I wasn't really asking the question. I was just saying I'm waiting for it, so hopefully I'm going to get it today. I'm here waiting. I put in my paperwork already. RICO law. Yeah, but who has connects with the congressman and senator's office? The average person don't have that. Just say you got juice. That's why I said I called my people up in higher places because otherwise, even when you expedite it at the post office, it still might take 3 to 4 weeks. So, you know, let's hope everything goes well. I'm waiting. I was going to drive home and come back, but what time is it now? Damn, it's like almost 10, 11, 12, 1. So I got 3 hours with nothing to do. I was trying not to eat, trying to go on my fast, but I had to get something to eat to kill some time and sit at this restaurant. So this passport number 5. I got 5 albums, yo. 5 passports, yo. And they still not recognizing. I do have connections laughing it out, but there is a website. Yeah, but that website want to charge you like $500-$600 to expedite it in one day. They got websites, but the price is ridiculous. I already paid 200 and change for this. I got a new passport with extra pages and a passport card. and the expedition. So it was like 260 or something. It was some bread. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do because I don't want to get held up when I come back from this trip and I want to get to the next trip. The next some countries want 4 pages, 4 open pages in the passport. So I don't know. Passport number five. Number five. I had 5 years left on that passport, but it wasn't no more pages left. So, but I should be good for the next one because I got extra pages. So maybe the next one will last me a whole 10 years. You know, that's when they're gonna go digital, and you ain't even gonna need your passport, right? I can see that coming in no time. Go see my boy Roy Solutions on IG. He'll make that happen 100%. Oh, I'm already waiting for mine. My paperwork is in. But how much he gonna charge? That's the whole point. I only paid the expedite fee to the passport office. So a new passport expedited, I think, is 130. With the passport card is 160. And I guess the other money. Hold on, let me see if I got my receipt. Tell you how much I paid. Tell you exactly how much I paid. And it was a lot of people on the line this morning. I was like, damn. Everybody, well, not everybody's flying out tomorrow, but okay, it was the expedite fee was 60. The security charge was 80. The book was 50. The card was 30. And the total was 220. So I'm sorry, I said a little too much. The total to get it expedited was 220 USD with all the fees, with the passport card. I don't know if they charge you extra for the extra pages, but it was 220 for everything. Who out there still need a passport? I think I'm gonna do a passport clinic. What's up? I hope I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. Can't say nothing, none of your ideas. They'll jump on like white on rice. That's an old school saying. White on rice. So what's up? What's new out here? There's a lot of I just seen a lot of white girls this morning walking their dog out here. What's this? Stamford, Connecticut. I used to know some barbers out here in Connecticut, but I think they were further down. This is like exit 8 once you get into Connecticut. This is like the industrial area though. They got like warehouses and all kind of stuff. Big parking lots. A regular, well, is still subject to availability because I think they've been back ever since they had COVID. The passports have been backed up, and then after that, even the expedited one is. I don't think it's more than maybe you might. The expedited one through the post office is supposed to be like 2 weeks, but they tell you like 3 to 4 weeks. So, and if you did it a regular, it probably could last to about definitely a month or more at least. Yeah, Willie, tell them smash the like button. The smell of gentrification. Rico, look. I used to do passport and visa services for my job. and we use CIBT. They are fast but very expensive. Then I learned you can go through the congressman's office and expedite it. Mm, okay. Traveling with prof, mental status, how you living? I'm cool. I just need a break. I feel like I need to like. Well, when I go next, I want to chill for a while. Traveling with prop. How did you get your Dominican citizenship? Well, are you Dominican? I know I forgot I was pursuing that at one point, and I'm going back to South Africa. No, not this trip. Tailor Made Dreams, the founder of the Passport Bros, and if you had to live in one country for a year, where would it be? No, I don't. I think Tailor Made is the OG of Sasua. When I first started looking at Sasua, I used to watch Taylor Made and I used to watch Flip Flop. Those were the two guys that were in Sasua earlier doing content. So I don't think he's the past because really Taylor Made was just in Sasua. I know he was in the military, but he wasn't really traveling at that time when I discovered his channel. He was just in Dominican Republic. I think that's more about traveling, you know. I don't know nothing about like the father of Passport Bros. Because, I mean, even Aaron says he created the name and all that, but Aaron probably been to 6, 7 countries. You know, he only been to a few countries himself. So, you know, I would have to give that up to somebody who really has some stamps in their book, and that's probably the military dudes was traveling earlier than most people, but some of the military dudes ain't been to 40 countries. You know, they've been stationed in a few countries in their military. Unless you was in a branch that went country to country a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's some other just guys who travel who have been to more countries than some of the military guys. I know I have. I know some military guys. I've been to way more countries than them. You know, but because of their job, because of their career they chose, of course they had their passports. I got my passport through a site called Rush My Passport. I saw that. It's legit, but it was a little expensive, and I got my passport in about 3 weeks. How much was it? Live life to the fullest. How much was it? You said a little expensive. Travel with Prof. When I moved to the DR, I came here on a residency visa. Years later, I was eligible for citizenship. I went through a process and received citizenship. Uh, they have a huge ceremony and publish it in the paper. Yeah, kind of like what they do in America, right? My thoughts on my recent travels to Cuba. Content off. I've been there 3 previous times. It's a little worse in regards to they having a problem getting oil, so they can't fuel their garbage trucks. So now garbage is being left in the street. There's a little less Wi-Fi than it was before they removed the Wi-Fi parks. But overall, even the nightlife wasn't as vibrant as it was when I went in 2022. But the people's spirit seems the same. You know, they know what they have to deal with. But and some people have left that I once knew there. They left. They got out of there. So it's definitely some things have changed when it comes to Cuba. Um, Live life. I paid around 350 for my passport, but with the post office, it's under 200. Yeah. Young SC, what's good? Zoe, where do you plan on going next month? Next month, I don't know yet. You can't get same day service through the consulate. You have to secure an appointment time. I got mine's first in Houston. And one day, about $450 was the cost. Willie McDaniel, I paid $150. Trial fatigue is a real thing. Enigmatic, enigmatic, yes it is. A failed state? What you mean by that? Marcus, what's good, Marcus? Mr. G, the name Passport Bro wasn't created by actual passport bros, travelers. It's a fastest comment trying to make fun of guys traveling. No, that's not who it was made by. It wasn't made for trying to make fun up with the name. What's going on? So, Steve, how do you feel when you come back to the States? It depends how long I've been gone. When I've been gone for a long time, I'm almost a little bit homesick. And then once I'm home, this is the problem when I'm home. When I'm home, my life has changed. I'm retired, so I don't have a mission to get up and go to work, live by myself. I live in the country. So it's like, it ain't nothing to do. So at least if I'm going somewhere else with not much to do, the one thing I could do is explore. And the other thing I could do is meet people. So I kind of, I'm kind of moved to travel again. You know, how difficult is it to get a Brazilian visa now? I've seen people got their visa. It just, you need a little time, and I think people didn't prepare properly, but it's probably the same what it was before. They got the e-visa now. I think it should be easier. My first time to Brazil, I had got my visa. It was like a 10-year visa. But then soon after, they did away with the visa. So I wonder if my 10-year visa is still good or not. That gangster lifestyle. What's good, brother? Good morning. Just back from 2.5 weeks in Colombia. How was it, brother? Was you in Cartagena or Medellin or both? Florida state is when a country sells insecurities, infrastructure, or failed state and democracy. Well, I don't think it's due to their fault. It's one thing when the position of a country is due to their fault, but the position of Cuba is due to the embargo. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that they can control, So they're held out of commerce, they're held out of trading, and so what they have to deal with, I would say, is, I don't know it's unique to most countries, I would say that. Chad the Great, everybody is saying they got their Brazilian visa in 2 to 5 days. Yeah, so which is normal. Enigmatic. What's your time limit on coming back and staying in the States if you have one? There's not one. When I take care of what I need to take care of, and I feel like going back out, I'll go back out. You know what I mean? Got a fresh interview with Ernest at the 5. Okay. Shout out to Ernest. That's my dude. Miami do same day. Yeah. They do it same day, I think, in every state if you can get the appointment and if you have proof of travel within a certain amount of days. Salas, what's good? So Gabon should be a travel list. What's there, Steve, that would make me want to go to Gabon? What is there something there that I need to see? Global Travel OG, what's good? PR strength. Terrible? What's terrible? But yeah, man. So I got like 3 hours to chill. I was going to drive home, but I just drive home to drive back. You know what I'm saying? It's an hour each way. That's 2 hours right there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I just got to thug it out. I just got to thug it out up here, man. And wait for that. And I had the older passport, too. The new passports is like more shiny and It's different. I had the old passport. I used to look at everybody else's passport the last few years and be like, I got the old passport. Oh yeah, Ludacris did get his citizenship, him and his wife in Gabon. I heard that the Caliwood bar is close to Hollywood Beach in Cartagena now. Okay. Hit the casino. I don't gamble and it's too early. They're probably not open. I think only ATL do it same day in my region. Okay. Ludacris lives in Gabon. He got money though, you know what I'm saying? So all his stuff was expedited. You know, all those celebrities, they was able to get their citizenship in them African countries because they got bread. They probably like was you a multi-millionaire? Like okay, if you buy a house for 100,000 in Colombia, you can get your Colombian. If you buy for 250 in Brazil, you could get your Brazilian. So they might have made an investment in a house, and that could get you citizenship in a lot of countries as well. Expedite, especially if they spend some extra money. Like, yeah, take another 25,000. They were like, you'll have your passport tomorrow. The only issue 26 pages on the new ones. Also, I missed that 52-page book. Yeah, well, I'm getting a 52-page book this time. Oh, Wizard of Cloud, our casino to 24 hours. But what am I going to do in the casino? I don't gamble. Gabrielle, what's good, Zoe? Just got back from a month in Bogota. Bogota, a month? What were you doing in Bogota? I don't like Bogota. It'd be cold at night. Bogota's kind of dreary, you know what I mean? Kind of like how London is in certain places that's got that kind of grayish. But then again, Lima has that grayish too, but not all year round. Bobby Venable, what's good? So I'll be back in the land of smiles. I'm hoping that to chill with the the fighting with Cambodia. Oh, they chill with fighting with Cambodia. I don't know. I might go to Cambodia. When I go back to Thailand, I'm a chill man. I'm not doing a whole. Last time I was in Thailand, I did a whole bunch of traveling. I went to Koh Samui. I went to Da Nang. I went to Bangkok. I did too much traveling, man. I made my trip too much. Terrence, yeah, I live in North Carolina. If you want to get an expedited passport, you have to go to DC or Atlanta. Okay, so every state doesn't have it. Man, casino open 24 hours. They need y'all money. Not the kid. Ciara receives hers in Benin. Nice. Miko Worldwide Enforcer. What up, so? Why would you have a name like that? I don't know why. Big Mike, salute, Zod. I became a Chilean citizen as soon as I purchased at 100K properties. These countries want you to invest in it. Yeah. Congratulations too, Big Mike. Live life to the fullest. It's easy to get a citizenship in Belize, but I don't hear anything good about that country. And it's an island country too. It's just probably too small for me. They got shops. Foxwood has a whole shopping outlet with good deals. How far is that from where I am in Stamford? So what's the plan when you hit 100K subs? We're gonna do the party. We're gonna either do it in Colombia, Brazil, or Thailand. We're gonna do the Zoe weekend. JR Futubu. I would love to invest in the beautiful Haiti, but the gangs are killing the flow. Yeah, you also want to invest somewhere that's not too dangerous. Enigmatic. What's the ideal amount of time to spend in each country throughout the year for an experience? I would say 3 months in a country, especially if you do it on repetition. Like if I do 3 months in Thailand, and then 3 months in Brazil, 3 months in Colombia, or wherever it might be, and you keep doing that, or then the next year you do 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. The next year you do, 2 months, 2 months, or 1 month. I think it gives you a chance to really, learn the city you live in and then explore some of the country. I think that would be good. You're right about that. Mainly checking out the restaurants. The sushi is fire. Most black friendly countries that are not predominantly black. Either those. I don't know if it's black friendly countries. I just think you have countries where they're not, that the bigotry is not big. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if there's necessarily that like that, but it's bigotry. I think racism is more like when you're suppressed. Bigotry is just when people they don't like you ignorantly, but they can't affect. Like they could not like you in some of these countries, but they're not gonna do nothing about it. They might not treat you so nice, but they can't stop you from renting in a hotel. They can't stop you from eating in a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. When they start saying you can't come in a club and all that, or you can't come in a hotel and stuff like that, then that's a different level. You know what I mean? I think as long as it doesn't really affect you and what you want to do, I think it's light work, because you're always going to find some people who are very welcoming, and then you might find some people who are standoffish. But I think being an American and a black American, I think some of the worst treatment you're going to get is from your own country. So when you go somewhere else, it's almost like you're numb to it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You might even be a little numb to it. You know what I'm saying? Buying a 250 property in Brazil or Colombia gives you the resident permit, not citizenship. Yeah, but that's a gateway to citizenship once you get the resident permit. You know what I mean? So yeah, technically you're right, but it gives you, you one step closer. You only have one step, and which might be time or something like that. So yeah. How was it, Boo Bali? I'm stomping over there to after Thailand. It was good, but it was very party and like, spring breakish. Those beach clubs with the music and chicks dancing around, a lot of Aussie chicks. It was cool. If you're a younger guy, yeah, I think, you'd do good over there. But I don't think I wasn't in Ubud. I was in the main part where all the party stuff goes on. Not, I think Ubud is the more quiet area. You know what I'm saying? Nomad, the goat. What's good? Bam Bam 82. What's poppin', Zoe? Going to Thailand in November. How much cash should I bring? The 4 days? That's it? Are you going somewhere else in Southeast Asia? Because I wouldn't fly all the way out to Thailand just for 4 days. But you might be doing some bouncing around. Depends what you want to do. But I would say 4 days outside of your hotel. I think you could do $100 a day, maybe 150 a day. If that at least gives you room for fun and everything. What's the benefit of residency or citizenship overall? If you want to stay, you could actually stay. You don't have to go in and out and get visas and leave after 90 days or 60 days in certain countries. You can live there and you have more than one passport. Some like, okay, if like my man, he's African, so he got a French passport and he got an American passport. So he can go to Cuba and stay in a hotel and just use his French passport. As an American, we can't stay in hotels in Cuba. So that's one clear benefit. Some countries, depending on your passport, you don't need a visa. Like that. Like if you have a Colombian passport, you can go all over South America without getting a visa, with just your ID, stuff like that. You know what I mean? into the art. You first get 1 or 2 years investment visa, not even a resident permit. Okay. Ubu got some fire Airbnbs for the low. I caught something mean for 1,550 for 6 days. Yeah, I think Ubud is more the chill out part, if I remember correctly. 1692 EJ. Heading to Lima for a month in September. Any recommendations for bars, restaurants, or places? Yeah, you got to get my guide. My guide is on the Patreon. It's $25. Just buy the guide and download the guide. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and say a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? But everything is in the guide. Is Airbnb your own apartment worth it? I mean, of course it is. You make an investment on something that you can make some money with. Like and if you're not going to be there, you want to make some money when you're not there. You know what I mean? You don't ever know when the shit gonna hit the fan in America. Some people might want to have a place that they could escape to, because America is, every great empire falls eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like it's saying stuff is going real bad in America. I could just go to Brazil and stay in Brazil, or go to Thailand. I got a retirement visa in Thailand. Stay in Thailand. You know what I'm saying? My experience in Cuba was good. I like Cuba. I like the black people in Cuba. I like the beautiful. It has that. It's kind of like dilapidated, but the architecture is so beautiful. You know what I mean? Um, when they start renovating or reconstructing, the architecture, the layout of the streets, the layout of Havana is so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't so dilapidated, you could see that it was one of the most beautiful countries in the Caribbean at one time. That's what you could tell when you're there. No, I'm just going to Pattaya or Bangkok. My job only giving me a week vacation. Okay. All right, well, you're going to have fun. The first time I went to Thailand, I went for a week too. I regretted going for a week, but I did go for a week. Terrence B., I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Listening to you and watching you travel makes you want to leave my wife, but I don't want to leave my son. Let's see how he turns out without me. Yo, don't say that, Terrence. Because it's not all what it cracks up to be, what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? And you need to, if you can, you need to say to your son, it's like 18. You got to raise your son. You got to help him. He needs you more than he needs his mother, especially when he starts getting older. So if you need to, take them all with you and y'all live in another country for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Thailand has apartments under 500 a month. It's built for retirement out there. Well, this is what I want to say. Everybody making 1,000 videos about the $500 apartments in Thailand. In a year or two, those apartments going to be 750, and then in 2 years after that, it's going to be 1,000. So Thailand is becoming more and more expensive. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna, it's over stimulated, as we say, and deservedly so. How do you feel about cryptocurrency? I try to make my monthly investment in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be totally left out. Fuck them kids. No, man, you crazy. Daryl's World, excuse me. Have you heard of the spot in Cartagena called Makani Beach Club? Has mixed reviews. Have you? No, I've never been. Maybe it's something new. I've never heard of it. Good advice, brother, for that brother. So, the house world, yeah, you can't just leave the fam for your own selfish reasons. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Steve, was it hard, difficult to get a Cuban visa? No, No, you still get it the same way. You say you wanna. It's not people to people anymore. You can only choose to support the Cuban people. But if they check on what you were doing while you're there, you need to show that you was helping the Cuban people. You know what I'm saying? So I got video, I got paperwork, I got schedules. We have all of that to show that we indeed help the Cuban people. Willie McDaniel. It's best to buy a spot. People being it's so cheap on social media, then they raise the prices. You should keep it quiet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody talks about they messed that. A lot of people said they had messed up parts of the Philippines. They had messed up parts of Bali from always talking about how cheap they live, and they gonna mess up parts of Thailand by everybody making these $500 rent videos. I find being home in the States more than 2 weeks, things go downhill. Got to take care of your things you need and keep it moving. Yeah, if you're in a position to, some people got jobs and stuff, so they can't move around like that. You know what I'm saying? Now how dude wants out, chill, so you got a brother's leaving home. But I didn't leave home to travel. I did my 20-year bid with marriage. You know what I'm saying? I did 20 years, so it just came to a point where we just really couldn't get along no more. We caused too much damage to each other, so we decided to. Now we're really cordial and nice to each other, and things are good. And I see my wife, and she's fine than a motherfucker. She's still fine, but you be with somebody for so long. If it was really, really good, then I would have stayed, you know what I'm saying? But it was a struggle. It was a struggle. But I'm glad you got some crypto. I'm heavy in it. It's definitely the future. You see 3 crypto bills passed in the House. And one got signed by Trump already. Nice. I ain't leaving the wife, Willie McDaniels. Yeah, that's good. I mean, travel with your wife. Maybe y'all could retire and travel together. Or, I traveled as a family before I went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Get them likes up. It's 120 in the building. Y'all don't know how to like? There's a little box. You press that box. You go outside. You like it, then you come back. Some people leaving. Hey, I would say try to work it out. I just got off 15 years. I just got off 15 years left. Now I'm 43 years old. I'm done with relationships. You gonna want another relationship, man. We all do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. If I wasn't moving and shaking so much and I stayed in one place, I would have to get me another girlfriend or something. Will you advise people in their 20s to get married in the U.S.? It's just dangerous, man. Depends, because they give the women so much rights. You know what I'm saying? You could easily lose your shit. It's easy to get married, but it's hard to get divorced, B. Trust me, I'm talking from experience. And mine was a non-contestant. You know what I'm saying? And it took like a year to get divorced, yo. Between the lawyers doing their little bullshit back and forth, and man, that shit took like a year to get divorced, man. And you had to peel off some bread. Why can't you have one woman in different places? OG VIP? That's what I would like. Why? Because the women be hating. That's why. The women be hating. You could if your money up. If your money up, you could do it. But if your money ain't, if I had the type of budget where I'd be like, you get 1,000, you get 1,000, you get 1,000. and y'all all getting 1,000, and I'll see you in 3 months. They'll be like, okay. Imagine if I said, you get 2,000, you get 2,000, you get 2,000 every month, and you staying in my crib, and I'll see you when I see you. They'd be like, yes, yes, Master Zoe. It costs more to get divorced than married. It definitely can. Larry J. Fly, what's good? Feast of the God. Yeah, so if your money is up, like what's the name say? He said when the first time I met Mayweather, he said, this my fiance and this my girlfriend. When your money up, shit, they fall in line, boy. Everybody in your family fall in line. You see how Puffy would talk to his mom? Told his mom, shut up. Go to the U.S. Embassy. I'm good. I already got my. I'm just waiting for mine. I'm waiting for them to print it out. There's somebody back there gluing shit. You know what I'm saying? My boy used to work in the passport office. Willie McDaniels. Well, here they can't get anything unless you with them 10 years. The key, buy your house first, then they can't take it. Where are you talking about, Willie McDaniels? Enigmatic. If you let them stay in your crib, they will take it over and never leave. That could be free day. It's AGTV. When you have money, everyone loves you. They might not love you, but they're going along with the plan. Should I get an Airbnb or a hotel in Pattaya? A hotel. You only gonna be there 4 days? Get a hotel. Stay at like LK Metro or one of those. I mean, what's it called? What's it called? LK. LK. What's the name of that hotel? I'll tell you, they said that that vaccine made people have brain fog. I think it must be true. Will they be faithful alone in your crib, knowing you out for the month? I don't care about them being faithful as much as I care about them. Yeah, LK residents. Thank you, Jesse. I care more about them acting right when I return. It's the return of the Holy One. If they want to go outside my house and do something on a sneak tip, you can't control nobody. But when I come back, it better be the way I left. You could get that bread from crypto. Trust and believe. All right, then, Bobby, tell me more about this crypto because I need that. I need that bread to control things. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back to New York City today. I'm in Connecticut now, but not to the city though. You're 100% right. Receiving the house through a will. Hey, yo, can't be too overly generous. So familiarity breeds content. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, there's girls who said, if you give me $1,000 a month, I'll be, you know, I'll be here waiting on you. I'll be cooking and cleaning for you. You can have a girlfriend in another country. I don't care, just as long as you helping me out. That's all I need is a man to take care of me. There's women who already, gave me that, that, you know, proposal, shall I say? Because if you could put a ring doorbell on you could put cameras in your crib or outside your door. You can't just bring somebody in there if you don't want it. You put a ring camera on your door. Every time somebody walk past the door, you get a buzz on your phone. So if they living in your crib, you go like, I'm having a camera in the crib and I'm having a camera outside the crib. So you could alleviate that. Be like, if you want to live in my crib, you got to live under surveillance. They will definitely bring up. No, that's not true, man. I know plenty of girls that being taken care of in other countries, and they ain't doing nothing but getting that bread. 1,000 is too much. No, it's not too much. No, it's not too much. OG VIP. You go with the 500 and you see how long that lasts. They gonna agree to 500 for the first year, but after the first year, they gonna want to go to 1,000. I'm just telling you from experience. if you leave, they will. Yes, they can have kids. I will. Yeah, leave them with a kid. Keep them busy. Levels for life. What's up, Mr. D? Yeah, keep them busy, man. Give them a kid. So you live with your mother. Yeah, I take care of the kid. Now, y'all gonna be under surveillance now. Yes, this is. I'm talking about this arrangement for overseas. Most crypto is a scam. It's a pump and dump operation. Larry J. Fly, uh, Pantan, Chellers. 1,000 a month is good deal. Yes, it is. Like a $1,000 for a chick in Thailand. For most places that maybe live in Isan. Come on, man. 1,000 for a chick in Colombia, 1,000. Well, that might not work in Brazil, but you know, certain countries, when that 1,000 is putting them in the top 10%, and they ain't got to do nothing, but wait till you get back. I think it's 10,000 in most countries. You can't get on the United States plane with more than 10,000. I think. I don't know, but I think it's like 10,000. But if you have a Wise card, you could transfer 10,000 to your bank account in the other country. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to physically bring money there. You get there, you get your bank account there, and you use your Wise card to transfer money over there. Yesterday when I got home, I lost my internet connection because that's Shorty from Cuba. Shorty from Cuba, talking to her like every day. Do you have a favorite breakfast spot in Cartagena? Yes, but it's too crowded now. I ain't telling nobody on here because last time I went, it's too crowded now. It's getting too popular. Drop these gems for the whole chat, fellas. The crypto exchange called Uphold or Coinbase, then buy XRP, XLM, XL. This is his opinion, y'all. Just know that. These ain't no scams. All utility crypto. Yeah. Thanks, Bobby. Maybe it can help somebody. You can get on a plane with 10,000. You just need to declare it. That's all. Well, if you go with under 10,000, you don't got to declare it. Just Western Union yourself before you have, but the fees on Western Union, I'm not too sure. Yeah, that 1,000 is the low. Yeah, but it's respectable. 500 is the low. It's gonna go up every year because it's always a new trick.